Welcome to my little video series I'm creating called A Day in the Life. This is where I literally take you through in a perfect day, right? Because it can modify depending on the obligations of the day. But basically, where my current routine stands, why I do what I do at this point, and I'm going to literally fully demonstrate it. The good, the bad, and the ugly, warts and all. Meaning, instead of like the Instagram philosophy, which is only show the perfect take, do it probably hundreds of times, which we don't see. All we see is the product. I'm going to let you see the process. And so with that said, as of right now, depending on the day, I almost always have 3 to 5 distinct sessions, if you will, that I go through to kind of maintain and stay in the top playing shape I can. When an opportunity presents itself, it's too late to prepare. So part of this is preparation relieves pressure. It's this idea that I have set things I can do every day so that whenever something comes up, I don't have to just get myself back in playing shape. I'm always in a place where I can feel confident, even if it was a last minute gig or some opportunity presents itself last minute. Anyway, so with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you literally in real time, no editing, no nothing. So there's obviously an opportunity for me to butcher something. But I'm going to show you what I do on a daily basis. I'm also going to maybe give a little explanation. But this is intended to show you maybe how you can design your own routine with my curriculum. Because again, at this point, I'm piecing together a variety of things to kind of create what I'm it's not really the official term, but I'm just going to call it my platinum or diamond routine. It's the thing now that I pick and choose the things that I've developed that I think maintain all my skills. That's another way to think of it. Your routine should be something that takes all the skills that you know are important and maintains them so that they're always at the ready. So I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to share my screen, although I'm not going to share the sound. So all you'll hear is just me buzzing or playing. There won't be the track. So anyway, I am on my full curriculum resource page under this. So the very first thing I do every day is I click on this thing called Chromatic Full Range Connection Exercise, and I free buzz it. So basically, I'm just trying to get my free buzz and my shape. I'm just trying to refine it every day. So I'm going to press play. You'll hear me buzz along with it, and you'll get to see it as well. So here we go. I'm going to put my headphones on so I can hear it. I just realized that. All right, here we go. Headphones on. All right, here we go. That is trying to maintain the shape. Now I start a middle C down the low C. It's like an extra low horn thing. But again, all about the shape. 2. All right, now I start low to high. I might have to breathe periodically because I can't do this in one breath. Here we go. Now it's the same thing, a little faster without any opportunity to pause at the top. So that's the literal first thing I do. And again, this is a buzzing routine. I should have been clear. I don't think I said it. Next, right now I'm focusing on what I call my 5-minute routines, which I will buzz. Now, I'm going to go ahead and open this first one. And so if you actually start doing these, what you'll figure out is they're designed to do if you're on the bronze routine, silver routine, or gold routine, but you don't have a lot of time, they're designed to kind of cover those things in a quicker method. For me though, because this is my buzzing routine, I will tend to just buzz all the way through it, which means I'll buzz certain things twice. For this demonstration, I'm only going to buzz anytime there's 2 options. I'm only going to buzz it once. So you'll see as I go through it. All right, so here we go. I'm starting. I'm trying to take the shape of the free buzz, feel it gently inside the mouthpiece, but again, I'm focusing now on the tone of my buzzing. Here we go. Reset to C. Now, normally you could buzz it again or play it on your horn, but again, for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to the next thing. So here's the next part of the bronze 5-minute routine. It's just harmonic series work. Here we go. Second time. Bullseyes all the time. Start with the free buzz shape in mind. Thumb 2 3. Open no thumb. Second. First. One and two. Two and three. One and three. One, two, three. All right. Now I'm pausing it for this video, but a lot of times, because again, it's all about quality reps, I just let the thing run and I do it again. Or if you're actually doing the bronze 5-minute routine, you'd buzz it and then play it. Anyway, so I'm moving to the next thing, which is a quick kind of tone thing, tone study. All right. Again, I'm just going to buzz along. Here we go. And I'll buzz it all the way to the end. Bullseye. Again, I'm going to keep buzzing till the end of this video. It's all about now articulation work, clarity, bullseyes, getting everything to be clear. Again, I'm going to keep buzzing, but if you were doing this out of context, you would play on the horn next. But I'm still buzzing. Cool. Now, again, like I said, I'm showing you everything I do. I think sometimes it's kind of, I don't want to say it's mindless, because it should never be quite mindless, but it's, again, it's an idea of reinforcing the same thing. So that was the bronze 5-minute routine. The next thing I do is I literally just go to the silver routine. So what I'm doing is I'm buzzing within a comfortable range, just getting it working. Then I'm expanding the range upward, etc. So I'm clicking on silver 5-minute routine. Okay, got it set up. All right, again, normally I just buzz the whole track. I don't pause and move. But again, sometimes I might not have as much time, or I have less time in the morning or whatever. For this video, I'm just going to do, anytime there's one or two options to buzz or play, I'll just do the first one. So here we go. So now I'm on the silver 5-minute routine. Bullseyes. Reset up to high F, going up. Now I go ahead and continue it up to the high C, but again, if you're doing this at your level, maybe that's too high. But again, remember, this is my routine. All right, I'm skipping the second one. So now I'm going to buzz a very similar harmonic series, very similar to the bronze, but it adds a little tag to extend upward. Here I go, buzzing. Again, bullseyes. Pausing it. Now again, normally when I would just let it run and keep buzzing, but for the sake of time and making this video a tiny bit shorter, I'm moving ahead. Next, again, is just like in the bronze 5-minute routine. There's a little tone thing, it's a little expanded upwards. There's one here where I'll actually buzz it up the octave, but anyway, the point is, again, it's following the same format. It's just sequencing it with more we'll just say with more difficulty, so that you grow with the routine. Here we go. Tone. Bullseyes in the buzzing. On, letting it run, articulation work. You'll see similarities between all of these 5-minute routines. Bullseyes. You can just notice it just goes a little lower, stretches you down a little bit. Okay, here we go. Same thing, still buzzing. the silver 5-minute routine. Again, I am not done. I keep going. Then I move to the gold 5-minute routine. Again, you'll notice that these all just kind of build on each other, but they follow a similar format. Comment before I go. Again, what I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to constantly find kind of the free buzz shape. Not necessarily free buzz in terms of rigidness, but like, how do I connect the ranges of all the horns? The only way I think it makes logical sense is if the shape of the embouchure feels similar in all ranges. I think that's the only way you can truly connect every range. And that's all I'm doing on a daily basis. Just kind of refine the feeling every day. So again, I feel as optimal ready to perform each day. All right, so I'm going on. Again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to skip whenever there's 2 options. I'll just skip it for the sake of this video. Here we go. Usually I slur. One, two, now I move on. Again, normally I would just buzz it again, but for this I'm not. All right, going on. Here's the next one. Harmonic series work. Last one. All right. Again, I'd normally just let it run and I'd buzz it again. But again, for the sake of this video. But you can see how it's connecting the range more. Again, that's the full range now. That's why it's the gold 5-minute routine. All right, same idea. I'm going to work tone. Here we go. Pause, and now I basically just do the beginning of it tongue. All right, so here we go. It's almost done. One, two, three. And of course, there's another version that you could play on the horn. All right, again, I'm not done. This is just about 50% done. All right, so, but again, this is what I do pretty much every day. Now, again, the only exception is if maybe I have an early morning rehearsal or a mid morning rehearsal. I'll tend to shorten it depending on how much time I have, because I like to do this and then have about an hour off before I go to the horn. But I do try to do this early in the morning, somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock, depending on my day. Now there's still more. Now I'm going to go to the warm-up supplements, and I'm going to do these 4 right here: octave slurs, 5th, 4th slurs, broken chords, and octave snakes. So let me open this up. And again, if you've ever done the Farkas routine, I mean, this is basically out of that, okay? But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to always come back to that shape that I started with the free buzz connection exercise, wherever I am in the horn. But obviously, I can't have a really tight free buzz shape for a low note. So I have to find the balance. All right, so let's see how this goes. It's just octave slurs. Go. Like I said, I just moved through this. So that was the octave slurs. Now I'm going to the 5th, 4th slurs. I don't even know if that's the technical term, but it should look very familiar if you're familiar with the Farkas routine. All right, here we go. Buzzing. Bullseyes. And again, my lips feel amazing right now. They feel like they're going through a very gentle workout, but they feel very focused. Next, broken chords. Again, I'll get everything queued up. And again, I'm not trying to say, all 3 of these I think are kind of directly out of the Farkas routine. And again, if you're not used to this can be very challenging, but I would also just give the advice, the only way to know if something's working is to give it enough time. My general consensus, minimum, if you're going to try a new routine of some sort, you need to try it for a minimum of a month to really see if it starts to work. I really think it's more like 6 weeks. So again, if you're watching this, you're like, ooh, I like that, or man, I like everything he's doing. Understand that it's going to take a while for it to really take root. You have to pay attention to your body as well. Your body will kind of tell you little things. Or another way I like to say it is, you'll try it over and over, and there might be one day where you're like, oh my God, I did something that felt really, really great. Well, then your responsibility is to find that feeling or repeat it the next day. But that's it. It's like by just doing it every day, obviously we have to do it as efficiently as possible, right? If we're doing it completely wrong, it will feel tension and it won't work. But again, once you start getting that momentum, it's just an amazing feeling. All right, my broken chords. just a few more things to go. All right. Lastly in the sequence of 4 things, I do my octave snake. So this one is, I mean, I've never seen this in any sort of method book, although it might be out there, but this is something I came up with. So here is my octave snakes. Okay. Here we go. Now, very often I will end my buzzing routine there, depending, again, what's happening the rest of the day. But when I do everything that I think is fulfilling the idea of hitting the full range of the horn multiple ways, I also will do a snippet of my gold routine buzzing-wise. So I'm going to get it queued up so I can show you what it is. Oh, it was almost there. These are these interval studies and long tone things. So this, when I finish what I'm about to do here buzzing wise, this will be the official end of my session 1 that I basically do every day. All right, here we go. This is tongue. Slurred for this one. See, I'm alternating between tonguing and slurring. Always the free buzz shape, focusing on quality buzz. See, I keep covering the entire range of the horn in a variety of ways. near the end. Now, long tones. Buzzing, though, first. I see, baby. Middle C. Just a quick pause between I do the final thing. I'm going to do these little swells. This is something, I think it was William Vermeulen that showed me this in a master class many, many years ago. And I thought, you know, that makes a lot of sense. It's the idea of starting with a soft and then pushing a lot of air and maintaining control of it. Because what tends to happen with a lot of students is when they try to crescendo rapidly, they lose control, or they open up, they do something instead of maintaining focus. So this is just something I stole from him. It's credit where credit's due. But this is the final thing I do in my buzzing. We are literally, I don't know, a minute from being done or something like that. You've watched this whole thing. I've got a few closing comments and I will review a little bit. So what do I do? Again, just to remind everything I do. I start with my chromatic full range connection exercise and I free buzz the entire thing. Then I go to my bronze routine, or my 5-minute routines, bronze, silver, gold. And normally I buzz all of them just, again, for good, lots of reps, for quality, for just constantly reinforcing the focus. In this video, I kind of skipped ahead periodically. Then I jump to my warm-up supplements and I do the Octave Slurs, 4/5 Slurs, broken chords, Octave Snakes. Then, and sometimes I'll end there. But if not, the full thing is I go to my gold routine, which I'll actually open up real quick, the actual PDF. And I tend to do the interval studies. Make it a little bigger here. So I'll tend to do buzzing, interval studies all the way down to low C. And then I'll do the control work or long tones, and I'll do the swells. And that is everything that I tend to do there. All right, in closing, to make this effective though, I think what I want to be clear about, if you've made it this far, thank you for your patience and your attention, because I know in today's world of clicks and short reels and all that stuff, it can be hard to watch however long this is. I'm sure this is coming on. We might even be getting close to 30 minutes at this point. But this is, again, a real-time demonstration of everything I do for my first session. But the real key is this. Your embouchure should be balanced. And what I mean by that, I like to think of it as a balanced equation. If you change something on one side of the embouchure, like meaning you tighten or change the tension, whatever, something on the other side has to balance. And so what tends to happen, especially with free buzzing, if people haven't had a lot of experience with that, is they tend to firm too much in the corners. So for me, it's about, again, there's firmness, but it's not tightness. It's rolling in the lips to a point, upper lip slightly in front of the lower lip, and it's just, okay, push some air gently and see if you can get a buzz. And why I'm talking about this is everything I'm buzzing, I'm always starting with that shape. Now for a high C, obviously the balance of the equation has to be firmer or faster air or maybe a little bit more tight or whatever, but it always starts from a shape, right? The shape, and that's what I hopefully demonstrated, and actually I was very happy with that. I think I went through my buzzing routine. I don't think I really blipped anything, but I was always starting from a place of almost like a breath attack, but really feeling the shape first and then just matching the bullseye, bullseye, bullseye. So that is, again, session 1 for me, what I do every day. If you like this, go through the whole series. Next up will be what I do with my playing, kind of warm-up playing fundamental routine and how I just get my lips feeling great. So that'll be session number 2. All right, thank you kindly.